Hello, welcome to Winter Disco Tabletop Gaming for Sunday preview, 14th of March 2021. We're finally getting some new releases. We didn't get any last week. We're getting some now, so it's pretty good. This is the Drukhari release for 40k. Let's just go through on the website one by one. We've got Piety and Pain, the box set that's been teased for a long time now, finally coming out. We do have the two new models. We have the Palatine for the Sisters of Battle, which is a new command unit. And then we also have the new sculpt for Lilith Hesperex, which is kind of cool. I don't mind the model. I know a lot of people have been a bit iffy about it, but I actually really like it. When the price for this gets announced, I will do a full price breakdown to see how much savings you do, because I'm kind of really getting back into those videos. I really enjoy doing them. So we'll see how much you actually do save if you buy the box set. And of course, because it's Drukhari, we get the new Codex. It's a new shiny Codex. And I've always been a fan of the Drukhari or Dark Eldar. Well, same. Since they came out like in the 90s, I really did enjoy that evil, sinister aesthetic. So happy that they're finally getting a Codex early on in the release of the edition. Also is the special edition, which is exactly the same, just has less stuff on the cover. And it's a foiled hardback, has colored page edges and all that stuff. Also have Combat Patrol for Drukhari. I will do a breakdown of that. It's going to be around 230 Australian dollars. It's going to be the same price pretty much everywhere. So I'm interested to see what the price for this is. Looks like it's got a couple of units, 2 barges, and a character. I have to go through exactly. 18 miniatures. I think it looks probably pretty decent price-wise. It's going to be in line. Usually you get around a 30 to 40% savings depending on which ones. I know one of the boxes, I think the Blood Angels ones, which had the Impulsor, I think, pretty sure it was Blood Angels, that had like a 45% saving depending on your region. Another one had like a 32% saving. So, you know, I think it's going to be around that same mark, but we'll see what that's like when we get into it. But what it comes with is Archon, Calibi Warriors, 5 Incubi, and then a Raider and a Ravager. So you have one of the barges for carrying and one of the barges for shooting. So as always, you get the starter cards. Yeah, 20 dice, which actually are a nice color. I thought it might have been a bit of more darker turquoise. I actually like that color. It's very nice. Also, we have Warzone Caradon, however you pronounce it. Finally getting this book. This is the first, I guess, campaign book. We've had Crusade book, but this is the first campaign book, which will be really interesting. I might pick it up just for the lore, because I don't play. I just really love the lore and things like that. So it is the Death Guard invading the Charadon sector. Most importantly, that's where the world Metallica is for the Adeptus Mechanicus. And also the Drukhari are diving into. So it's very much a Drukhari themed type release at the moment. And also the special edition, which actually, I really like the cover. Also, we got more Death Guard stuff too. Finally, we get the Plague Purge book, which is good. If you have seen my review of the Crusade one for the Pariah Nexus, it's okay. I was hoping for a bit more lore. I think there's like 3 or 4 pages of lore and background, and then it just goes into like Crusade rules, mission pack itself, like all the different missions, items, things like that. And yeah, it's like a tiny little book. If you want to play in that area, it's really good. And I'm a big fan of the Crusade system. I think it's a brilliant addition to the game. I also wanted a little bit more lore, a bit more context. And I assume this is going to be exactly the same format. So you can check out my review of the first Crusade books. I'll try and remember to put a link up in the card or in the description so you can go check that out. Of course, it's not just 40k. We've got Dichasm. We've got the Seraphon Starblood Stalkers coming out. Finally, some new Seraphon. It's finally here. We've got the cute little chameleon assassin. I think the sculpts are really good. Adds a lot more dynamic movement to the models, particularly if you remember when the skink models came out back in the 90s. Very static, and they just haven't really added much to the range. So I'm excited that they finally got some new models, and hopefully we get a whole new range for Seraphon, but probably not. So that's coming out. Obviously you get the 6 models and a whole bunch of cards. And it seems to be every warband has their own sort of keyword. In the Seraphon's case, they have asterism, which is to do with like the stars and things. I think that's a really cool thing that they've added, like multiple mechanics for the different warbands. Kagera's Ravagers had Devastate or Ravage? Desecrate. It was Desecrate, where you can do things to objective markers. And every warband seems to have their own little thing like that, which is very interesting. And of course we have Bloodbowl, a new board, because you gotta have new boards. It's a halfling pitch. I was gonna say there's probably food everywhere. Yeah, on the There's like a pie there, a little pasty pie, a sausage. The whole layout is like a picnic, which makes sense. It's halflings because they like their food. We also get the halfling team cards and some dice for those into Blood Bowl. We got some Middle-earth strategy battle game. We finally have Treebeard, the new Treebeard, which is very nice with Merry and Pippin riding on top. I think this model is such a good upgrade from the existing Ant models. And it's plastic, which is awesome. The largest plastic Middle-earth kit released in years. You got some close-ups there. So this is a model that we've seen a fair while ago. I think they even showed it off months ago. And then we also get Merry and Pippin by themselves and some other Ents. Quick Beam. So this is available from Forge World. This model could have been a bit better. I'm not a big fan of this one. And we have Easterlings from the Dragon Cult. Well, they are Dragon Cult acolytes. Cool little models, like very generic fantasy-like models. Cool for D&D as well. Whenever I see Lord of the Rings models from Games Workshop, I automatically think, ooh, I could use them in Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or other role-playing games. You know, the fantasy genre really did get its massive kickstart from Tolkien and Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and things like that. So it makes sense that these would be generic fantasy type models because that's where it comes from. Fire me. No, I'm right. I'm not named after one of the Lord of the Rings characters for no reason. And no, it's not Frodo. We've got some dice too. Some nice looking dice. They're saying they're perfectly suited for the armies of Lothlorien or Mirkwood. Very autumny colors in there too. And we also have a whole bunch of books. I'm not going to go through the books simply because this video has gone on long enough. Yeah, I mean, the biggest release is Piety and Pain, the 2 new models, and probably a bit of savings in there. So like I said, when we get a price for this, I'll do a breakdown of the prices. I'll do a breakdown of the Combat Patrol box for the Drukhari. And we have the other Combat Patrol boxes coming too that I need to do the breakdowns for. I've got all the pricing done. I just need to sit down and record the video. But that's it. Let me know what you're excited for in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video. See you later.